Well, hello everybody. So what's going on here? In this video, I'm gonna show you the project structure for our distributed applications. First thing you have to know that distributed applications are actually like a collection of a front-end project and a back-end project. This back-end project, I'm just saying back-end, but it's like the blockchain project itself. Like you can think about the blockchain as actually the back-end for your project. So first thing, we have this app folder. This app folder actually resembles your front-end application. It can be written in React, can be Vue.js, can be Angular. I did it before, like used C# for my front-end project, but in this tutorial I'm gonna be using like very simple JavaScript. I don't wanna get into much details about the front end. I'm here to explain how do we write smart contracts, but everything can be applied to any kind of front end framework you want to use. Now we have here the Ethereum Contracts. You have a contract folder, which is your Solidity contract, your Solidity code. I have this migration smart contract, which is just it's just like a boilerplate code. You don't change it, by the way. This is here just in order to migrate your other smart contracts into the blockchain, into the test blockchain for Truffle. You have here your migrations files. You also don't need to change anything in that file. And you have the other file which deploys the contract. And here of course you need to change it, by the way. This is the only one that you need to change it. You here mention the name of the contract that you want to deploy. For example, our contract is named voter.solidity. So this is a contract you want to deploy. If you have another contract like my contract, so this is going to be the name here. So I'm going to keep it as it is. Here we have the Truffle config file. This is very, very important. This one actually, it contains many details about how you should deploy your contracts basically. So for example here, most of the time we're going to be deploying our contracts into a local test network. This is the port it's going to be deploying to. I could be having like another blockchain in a Docker container, and usually I use like this port number. So if I want to connect to that blockchain network, I'm going to use these parameters. In my case, I only need this 9545, sorry for that. In that case, you can also be deploying your smart contracts in a blockchain in the cloud, in the Rankeby network, using the Infura cloud. They provide us with blockchain nodes and all the cool kind of stuff. You have this code commented out. Actually, all this code like templates that you're gonna need it. You can deploy your network in a public network. So everything is here. Like this is the configuration for your deployment. By the way, it's worth mentioning that if you're using Windows machine, and almost most of us use, you will need to name this truffle.js. In my case, I have to change that name and name it truffle config. You have here your package.json. These are the dependencies that you require. Of course you need that because you need also the truffle and all this kind of stuff. So before you start, you need to install all these dependencies. I'm using Yarn. You can use npm. There's no judgment in that. So it's gonna take time, of course, and I'll come back to you. And finally, I'm done. You can see the node modules file. You can see it here. This contains all your dependencies that your project's gonna need. It's not showing here in VS Code because there's some kind of problem maybe. You can also need to run another Yarn install inside your app project when we get into the front end part, because you might be using React, you might be using Vue.js. In my case, I need just few dependencies. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please press the like button. If you don't like it, just press the dislike button twice or something like that. And I will see you later. Happy coding!